What is going on, guys? Travis Patel here. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I want to talk about 3 very important ways and easy ways for you to build influence with your audience. Now, there's always a distinction between quality and quantity when it comes to your audience. We're always going after, obviously more quantity, but that quantity has to have quality. And the quality of an audience really comes down to how much influence you have over them. Are they listening to you, or are they just watching you for entertainment? These two different factors are really going to play into how you're going to be able to make money from your audience. If you're creating viral videos and going off of the funniest type of clips and memes and stuff like that, you probably don't have much power over what you recommend to them. People aren't watching you to listen to what you have to say. They're watching you for entertainment. And this opens up some avenues with, more broad scale advertisement, more like television commercial type of revenue models. But when it comes to selling your products, building e-com stores, teaching and producing digital products and courses, services, all that type of stuff, what most of you guys are trying to sell, then you need influence. You need that quality over the quantity. So here are 3 ways for you to build influence over your audience. 1, start teaching something. If you know something, which every single one of you out there do, then start teaching it. Teach them what you know. All of us are experts more than most of the world on at least one topic. Now, when I read Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Work Week years ago, it was kind of the light bulb in my head that went off. And one of the main things that stuck out to me is he talked about how little effort it really takes to become an expert on a field. Now, you might not be the 1% teaching the 5% how to get better, but you can be that 6% teaching the other 94% about your topic. It doesn't take much to become an expert more than most of the world on a topic. Just studying and reading up and practicing yourself for 30 days, and you're going to know more than 95+% of the rest of the world on that topic. So you can be that expert teaching the 95%, introducing the 95% to what you are as you're continually learning, as you're learning further. Or maybe you've spent years on your topic. Maybe you know your field inside and out. You have degrees in an education. You've practiced it professionally for years. Then you're one of those 1%ers who can teach the top 5% how to improve or how to get better. So one of the easiest ways to create influence is to teach. Now, with any of these things, we need to be consistent. It's all about putting your word, your mind, your knowledge, your content out there. So you have to be consistent. If it's teaching, you want to post every day. Talk about a certain topic, a question that pops up. Typical easy ways to go out there is go look at other teachers in your field. Look at the questions that they answer in their YouTube videos and their social media posts. Go to the forums that are in your market. Look at what they're talking about. What are people asking about? Those are all little topic pieces for you to touch on once per day. And as you're consistent, as you're teaching others, as others that are interested in the same field start to see that, oh, hey, this guy's here to help me. He's here to provide assistance. Even if you're selling products, people are okay with that as long as you're helping them reach their goal. And if your products are there, you have to make them quality so that they're also bringing that viewer one step closer to that end goal. So influence is very easily created by teaching. So whatever knowledge, special knowledge that you have, start teaching it. Start talking about what you know and go forward. Number 2, have an opinion. There are lots of different topics out there where people are too scared to speak out on themselves. But there's many groups, typically, something like politics. There's many people out there who are very outbursts. They're talking a lot. Their ideas are all over the place. And then there's many that are very quiet. Now, if you're going to have an opinion, obviously have an opinion that sticks to the same line that you're going to go. My lights keep going out here. The breaker keeps breaking. So we're just going to keep going and have this light on my right. It's going to be dead for right now. So having an opinion is going to allow a large group of people who typically like to be quiet on a subject They're going to back you. They're going to support you because they agree with you, but they don't have the will or they don't have the desire to speak out the same way you are. So this again is going to allow you to have influence. Now, having an opinion, especially a very fiery opinion about things that politics obviously is a big one, you're going to have a lot of enemies that are created from this too. But any sales, any marketing, any situation where you're creating influence, it's typically an us versus them. Even when you're teaching someone, you're an us versus them type of mentality, where if you're trying to teach someone how to lose weight, you have people who are unhealthy. That's the them. The people who aren't taking the action to exercise and to eat right and to educate themselves and things like that. That's the them. The us is the people who work out daily, who are waking up early, who are doing the vitamins, who are meditating, who are doing all this stuff to improve themselves. So it's not such a combative us versus them as having an opinion on some subjects, but it is still an us versus them when you're trying to sell, when you're trying to create influence. You always have this us versus them message. So secondly, to have influence, to create influence over your audience and to be someone who's listened to, have an opinion and stick to that opinion. And obviously as time goes, if your mind changes, if things change, you can change your opinion, but know that when you change your opinion, that group that stuck to you and came and followed you and backed you because you had that opinion, you may lose some of them. It just depends on how you transition that, how you come about your opinions is going to be very important. Always stick to your guns, but be transparent and honest about how you feel and what it is. Maybe if I turn this way, we'll be able to get the lighting better again. Oh yeah, a little better there. Now, number 3, how to create influence over your audience. Be genuine, be transparent, be yourself. There's a lot of power with people who aren't trying to fake it or aren't trying to deceive others when they're just themselves and they're very honest. This kind of lies into the other two, because having opinion is really just being transparent, being yourself. It's, they can smell when you're faking an opinion just to get views. They can sense when you're teaching something that you don't actually know. That all gets outed eventually, and that's only going to hurt your influence over your audience. So you need to be transparent with your audience. My formula always for influence for years has been transparency plus results equals influence. If you are yourself, you are transparent, no matter what that opinion or that point of view or the way you put it out there, no matter what that is, as long as you're bringing your audience results with whatever it may be, which comes into the teaching realm, then you're going to have influence over them. They are going to come back and listen to you. It's amazing once you build that audience, once you build an email list, once you build a Facebook group, and you're consistent about creating quality content, you're consistent about your transparency and being honest with them, and really the honesty of trying to help them move forward with whatever that niche and industry you're in, they're going to always come back. They're going to know you as someone who is transparent, who isn't there just to dupe them and lie to them and trick them, and they're going to love that honesty. They're going to repay that honesty. When they believe in you like that, even when they don't want your product or need your product, they will often give you the money for the product just to support you. A lot of times people are out there to support those that are true and honest and have their best interest at heart. So guys, that is 3 ways that you can create influence over your audience, and it is extremely important that you create this quality audience over the quantity audience right now. A lot of people are just focused on this quantity, and it becomes tougher and tougher and tougher, and over time, it's not a long-term business model. The quantity is not going to last. You have to have the quality there too. The quality will always come back. They will always follow you. The more and more quality audience that you create, the more rabid buyers and rabid fans that you're going to create. And that's going to be the longevity of your business and of your brand. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. We are having an awesome 4-week workshop called Ecom Influence, where I'm showing you guys how to build an internet business, where we're going to be selling some physical products. But most importantly, we're starting out by creating our audience, our quality audience, where we have some influence over them. Even if it's your first 100 people who are listening to you and they watch every one of your videos for your first 30 days, that is somewhere that's going to start. Out of those 100 people, you're going to have a handful who are going to want to support you, like I said. They're going to want to buy your product. They're going to want to move their business or their life or whatever it is you're talking to and teaching them, or you're the opinion that you share. They're going to want to support you and help you grow. I've noticed this in the video game niche. When you have video gamers, we have our streamers. They get on, we put them on a schedule. We create an audience for them who likes the content they create, who likes the opinions they have on the games, who likes their choice in gaming. Then we get them on streaming schedules every week on a consistent basis. And what happens is we have no products for them to sell to start. We can put some t-shirts in there and stuff, but people will start donating. They support that streamer because they like the content they're producing. They like to hear them. They like to watch them, and they're going to support you. And this is what long-term business is all about, creating that entity, that group that wants to support you for the long term, and then you continually provide what that audience wants. And that's the influence there. That's creating influence. So guys, I would love to see you in this workshop. We are going to start on March 11th as the live webinars, but they all will be recorded and uploaded to a members area so you can watch it anytime. Prices are jumping as more and more buyers come in. Right now we're at the $297 price point. Once 30 positions sell at $297, the price will jump to $497. More than likely will be tomorrow or the day after. So please don't miss out on this. If you're looking to build an e-com store, we're going to sell some digital products too. Pretty much once you build that audience you have influence over, you can ask them, what do you want or what do you need? You might already know, but you don't have to waste all your money testing a million different products like we have been for years on e-com and print on demand and stuff like that. We'll have the audience who we have influence over who's ready to buy, who's going to tell you exactly what they want and produce revenue for your business instantly as you grow, as you produce that quality and go forward. So that's what this Ecom Influence workshop is all about. I would love to see you guys on the other side. Don't miss out on this one. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to post below, send me an email, do whatever you need to do. Thanks again, guys. My name is Travis Patel. Have a good one.